Hey, it's Central Valley Business. I'm your host, Steve Walling. My guest for this segment is someone that I've known about for many years. My wife has been a fan of his and his organization we're going to talk about, and it's Hansel Kern. Hansel, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Now, if you notice, he looks like he's kind of dressed up like a farmer. Well, let me tell you, this gentleman here produces some of the greatest fruits, vegetables, and just all-around good stuff up in the foothills around North Fork. And you've been doing it for a couple of weeks now, haven't you, Hansel?
Yes, I have. Thank you. I appreciate your invite on the show. And I retired from a stonemasonry contractor business in 1999 and began farming in earnest at that point. Yeah.
But you actually had farm going on prior to your retirement, didn't you?
Yes. Yeah. I've kind of always, my father was one of the back-to-the-land guys of the 60s and 70s. And so I grew up with goats and chickens and always had a vegetable garden and put up our own food. So it's part of my DNA, really.
Oh, yeah. And not only do you have a farm now, but your family has a little storefront there in beautiful downtown North Fork, the center of the state of California. But and it's open to the public. You sell your produce there and all sorts of other good stuff, too, don't you?
Yeah, we do. We just had, actually on the 1st, we had our 3rd birthday. Yeah. So we were like a membership co-op, like our version of a CSA for many years, the last 18 years or 17. And then we decided to go public right up on the Main Street. And, and
that's awesome.
Thank you.
If you want to take a Sunday drive, if you're from down in the valley here, you come up. You're open on Sunday, aren't you?
We are. Yeah, we're open weekdays 9 to 7 and weekends 10 to 6. Yeah, 7 days a week.
On the weekend, you want to take a drive. It's a beautiful drive up into the foothills. You end up in beautiful downtown North Fork, and at the Gnarly Carrot there, they're kind of centered in town, and you can get some great produce. But I'm warning you, you go there once and you buy some of this stuff, it's going to be a regular trek up there. You're going to want to come back for more.
Appreciate that.
But Hansel, one of the things that I've known for years, and you reminded me this morning that you've been involved with, and that's the school in North Fork and the school garden. Yes. Tell our audience a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's something we're very proud of. Yeah. We're now in our 19th year. We started when my son was in 2nd grade. It just started real small. I just went for one teacher, Mr. York. He wanted me to come. Once we started farming, we started sharing a little bit what we knew, and it's evolved into another class and a 3rd and a 4th, and now we actually are there every Friday, the entire day, and we have children come out from preschool to 8th grade. Each class gets a half an hour. They come out and work on the farm, learn about the miracle of photosynthesis, get their hands dirty, and we give them a nice organic snack as a treat at the end of their half hour, and we're 19 years strong now. We're really loving it.
That's great. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of what you produce there ends up in the cafeteria?
Yes, it does. Yeah. Yes. So whatever the deer and the squirrels don't get.
But well, you up in the mountains, we deal with that.
Yes.
And we haven't had a bear come through there in a couple of years, so that's a good thing.
Right.
But that when I first, because my kids went to North Fork School, and I don't think you'd actually started then, but we kind of keep in touch with some of the teachers they had and stuff like this. So I found out about it quite a while ago, and I thought, well, this is really great, because where else do kids get that kind of experience? I mean, you're right. They get to get their fingers in the dirt. They get to plant seeds. They get to learn about photosynthesis, and then they get to see the harvest time come. For all the work that they've done, and then when we're in the cafeteria, they get to enjoy what they produced, or actually what the land produced.
Exactly.
It's great.
Yeah, I think it's so important for us to, it wasn't that long ago that a lot of folks were involved in farming in this country. We've lost so many small farms over the last century, and with that, we've lost that connection to the earth. And I think it's very important for young people, even if they don't want to be a farmer themselves, but to appreciate the work and the love that goes into the land.
And the amazing, miraculous change from a little tiny seed to vegetables on your table or whatever else. It's just it's awesome. So about the Kern family up there now. You have a gathering once a year, right, at the family farm, and what's that called?
Well, it's actually a combination. It's a Kern farm party,
Right.
and it's for members. Our store is a membership store, but you don't have to be a member. You get a discount if you are.
Right.
But all the members that sign up to be a member are invited to the party, and it's basically an open house where we show everyone what we're doing. We have a great big barbecue, and we have live music, good
yeah.
medicine plays.
Good. I was going to say, you got good medicine
Yo,
plays up there.
they're our
And
official
they
farm
are,
band.
They are good medicine and music.
Yes,
for sure.
they are, and they're good medicine for us.
Yeah, no, that's great. And my wife's gone up to that a couple of years, and always has great things to say about it. So we got the gnarly carrot and the produce that you make. Now we were talking about woofers before we went on
Right.
there. Now woofers are part and parcel of the Kern family farm. Explain to our audience exactly what a woofer is.
Yeah, so WOOFERS stands for Worldwide Opportunities on Organic Farms, and it's basically a registry of young folks that are interested to learn about farming, to see if it's something they would like to do, and it's an immersion. They come and live on our farm. It's actually an exchange for labor and education for room and board. There's no money exchange. So
Right.
it's about getting experience. We have a 2-month minimum ask. We're on the web, and they can look us up. We have a bio of what we do. We have hosted 550 young people in the last 10 years from all over the country, and some international visitors as well. And I call it our wonderful parade of humanity. So many different kinds of folks, from young people that don't know what a seed is, what a carrot, how to pick how to do any kind of minor construction, fence building. We clear land for fire suppression, so they're learning about forest management. We got chickens and eggs to gather, and our little milk our goats in our little homestead style, and can vegetables. So it's basically a kind of a school of living for living on the land.
That's great. And if you're out there and you're thinking that this might be something you'd like to do, or maybe you have a kid or a grandkid that you think they might be interested in, how do we find it? You said you're on the web. How do we find it?
Yeah, our website is kernfamilyfarm.com.
Kernfamilyfarm.com.
And that's the best way to get to us. My wife, Sue, manages all the correspondence. And we have had from as few as 1 or 2 woofers and up to a dozen or more. Our record was 17, but that was a little too much. So we try to keep it around 6, 8, 10 folks. Yeah.
What a great experience. And they get to experience Kern family, which is a great experience. And, okay, you mentioned, your son went to school. Now, but you have a daughter also, right?
Yeah. I actually have 4 children.
4?
My older 2 daughters left home and began their own lives before I started farming.
Okay.
And so I'm very proud of them. One's a school teacher in special ed, and the other one works over in Morro Bay at Miners Ace Hardware. And
cool.
They're got wonderful lives.
Right.
And, but my younger 2 with Sue, my second wife, Aaron is now the farm manager, and Rebecca is the store manager. So it's a true family operation.
It is a real family operation.
And Aaron has just recently taken over all the management of the farm. So I get to just turn compost with a tractor and kind of do big vision stuff.
There you go.
He manages the crew, and he actually teaches classes once a week on all the particulars of farming.
Which brings me up to another question. You offer classes up there, and the farm. If someone would like to come up and tour the farm, are tours available?
Yeah, we can, privately arrange it. We're in a neighborhood that is off the beaten path, out in the national forest. We're on the bluffs of the San Joaquin River, down a private road.
You got some great views up there.
Beautiful views. It's quite a beautiful, stunning place. And Aaron is also, I should mention, he's real excited, and he's kind of led the way into no-till farming, which is a thing that a lot of new organic farmers. It's a new kind of concept that folks are doing, where you don't disturb the land, because the science is finding out that there are billions, literally 6 billion microorganisms in a small handful of good organic soil, and the complexities of the mycorrhizae and all the bacteria that are doing the work of bringing those nutrients from Mother Earth into our produce that we eat is amazing. And it requires quite a bit of intelligence to even begin to understand what's going on beneath our feet.
Oh, that's great.
And he's
got
really
some exciting things going. There's things up in them there hills that people need to pay attention to. That's great.
You bet. Yeah.
Listen, I want to thank you for being on the show today, and I want to thank you for what you do. I have been the recipient of a lot of your good, and I really appreciate it, as does my wife.
Thank you so much. We're happy to share, and I appreciate it.
I'm telling you, if you want to have a great experience in organic and natural gardening and stuff, Hansel and his family, the Kern family are people to get a hold of. They're awesome. And I'll see you when we come back.